Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What it is, man. We live on the air right now, 7mileradio.com. You already know who it is, your boy Mark D. And got some special guests in the building today. You know what I'm saying? My homies, long time. I've been following these guys, man, for a long time since, they've been rocking the mic. A hip-hop group, a hip-hop duo group out of Inkster by the name of Identical.
What's going
on? If y'all know about these guys. And nowadays, they go by the name of the College of Hip Hop. What's going on with y'all brothers, man?
What's going on? It's SJ.
I'm AJ, and
we the collegeofhiphop.org. And right now we gonna talk to you about what we got going on with the College of Hip Hop, as well as what we got going on with the book we just released, 10 Steps to Profit from Your Passion.
Okay. Well, let us know a little bit about it, man. First, before we get into the book, explain to me the transition between going from rocking the mic to now writing books. Like, what was your reason for even making that move? You know what I mean? Because like y'all just enlightened me on it, I wasn't fully aware of the fact that you all don't make music anymore.
So what we ended up doing, it was 2012, and we was at a music conference in Ohio, and we were still artists, and we noticed just like none of the artists that we spoke with like actually knew anything about the business. And me and my brother, whole thing in life is like, what kind of impact can we leave on the world after we gone?
Right.
Okay, like we could write a great hit song that only lasts for a generation or two. It's hit songs that was hit songs in the 50s that people nowadays know nothing about. So we said it got to be bigger than the hit song. It got to be bigger than the record label, because after we gone, our family could sell the record label and it end up not being ours anymore.
Right.
And we came up with a concept, the collegeofhiphop.org.
And what the collegeofhiphop.org really is, it's the first online learning platform dedicated to teaching education, entertainment education. And what we do is we give you seminars, webinars in an actual virtual classroom setting, and we teach everything from how to copyright your music to hashtags and how they work. And so it's set up where you go to the website, thecollegeofhiphop.org. You pay a $19.96 fee for a year access to all the webinars, and then you watch the webinars as you see fit. So like one person might know about copyright but not know about viral content and so on and so forth. And the reason we doing that is because it's just a huge lack of education in urban music. You know, they teach you that urban music you're supposed to get effed over on your first deal, but you're not
supposed to get it. Fuck you. That's what they like. Yeah, you're right.
Right. That's what they teach you, and we here to just get rid of that, because if you go into the meeting and you already got your music copywritten, it's already encoded, it's already published, you become the business. So basically what we teaching you is how to turn whoever you are as an artist into a business, a full functioning business. We got seminars on how to get tax ID numbers. We got trademark seminars, everything that you need to turn yourself into an actual business, because this is the music business.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Like a lot of people treat it as a game, and we didn't as artists, and we don't as teaching the business, and that's why we created that, because we just get sick of hearing like people thinking that, I got messed over on my first deal, but it's cool because that's how it goes. No, that's not how it goes. Like, you can change that. Like, everybody don't got that same story, because when it all boils down to it, you got to get out there and put your own work in and grind, and you might not even need a deal. You thinking you need a deal, that's like a bad bank loan, actually. You know what I'm saying? They put the money up.
Furthermore, a lot of people not even sure what type of deal they want or what type of deal they need or what they need as an artist. So we created this platform to show you, and then to spin off on the book, like we give you 10 steps to profit from your passion, but we give it to you from a musical standpoint, because that was our passion at one time. So, but you apply these 10 steps to your life, like it opens up with invest in your dreams. If nobody's going to invest in you, if they don't see you investing in yourself,
man.
And we tell artists that all the time, like, how you go convince me to put up $100 for you, and I just seen you spend your $100 on alcohol, cigarettes, you know what I'm saying, narcotics, whatever you're doing, but you're not putting that money up for yourself. So how can I take you serious?
And I try to explain that same principle to artists when they come to me and they expect me to provide services for them for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? When not only are you, when I just seen you, you know, blow 2 racks in the strip club.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I just seen you, balling out of control on the bottles and all of this type of stuff. But when it comes to you investing in yourself to get yourself out there, you push your product, you want to shortchange yourself. And you talking about all of this money that you're spending on top of that, but you're not. So it makes me feel like you are. It's like, are you disrespecting me? Like you don't respect what it is that you asking me for because you're spending money on everything else.
And then a lot of artists don't realize that everything comes out your budget. If you a major artist, like when you see people perform on the Grammys and on the Billboard Music Award, that come out your budget. So you paying for that. So when I hear people tell people, well, don't pay to go on a promo tour because you shouldn't be getting paid. I mean, you should be getting paid. Bro, you have no fan base. Nobody ever heard of you. Not one person is coming to the show for MC such and such. Unless you build that fan base. Right. You used to have promo tours back in the day and build a fan base and then double back and book the show.
The internet in a lot of areas has spoiled people.
Yeah, ruined it.
I mean, because people are used to having like their own little you can make your own CD at home, right? And put it out. John Hancock, you know what I mean, and your music ain't even labeled. You got track 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Your CD is not labeled, and they feel like it's like that's the standard now. Like that's everybody's okay with it.
Yeah, and
it's become just everybody's accepting of the bullshit.
And that's crazy because like we buy a lot of music hand in hand, but I won't buy your music hand in hand if when I open it your name just written on the CD because I feel like you ain't taking no time and you asking me for my money. No matter how I get my money, I put my time into that to get that money. So you got to put your time into it. It's all about the presentation. Like the music could actually end up being terrible, but if you present it right, somebody could say, hey, we could get this person to write this person a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least they try with the presentation.
Yeah. I've had artists that want me to buy their CD, unprofessionally pressed up CD, and play it for free on a radio station that I pay for. So you don't want to give me a $5 CD. It ain't even worth $5, but you don't want to give me a $5 CD for free. But you want me to give you $100 worth of advertisement on my station.
Right, and that's just the artist being miseducated to what the actual business is. It's actually the business. If you handing out CDs, you know what I'm saying? I respect your grind and all of that, but at the same time, you got to turn yourself into a business. It got to be presented right. You will not go to McDonald's if they was just handing out the burgers.
Boy,
you're not gonna go there because the value in it is not as high.
Exactly.
You don't look at the value as high. So what we doing with the collegeofhiphop.org is we just trying to make sure everybody is educated. Like, is no reason that NWA and the Hot Boys should have broke up over the same problems.
Wow.
So those are different generations, but they did because everybody was miseducated. Every time you hear somebody like that tell a story, it's always miseducation on the urban side.
And
it's on the urban side. You never hear Universal complaining about nobody and no money. you never hear Jive. You know, like a lot of people. With Jimmy Iovine is a different case because he was tied up in the death row and all that. Right. But if you say who is
Clive Davis,
right. Who is Barry Weiss? People have no clue, but these are people who getting all the money off your favorite artist publishing. They own your favorite artist records. So why not go?
That's the reason why Mike is not here with us anymore, because that man owned half of Sony. He owned so many artists.
People don't know that.
And people didn't, and they didn't know that.
It was actually the Beatles who put him over the top when he. You know, and
the
Paul McCartney
Beatles,
told
Elvis.
that. Paul McCartney told him that the money was in publishing, and then he turned around and went and bought the publishing, and that ended their friendship. But at the same, it shouldn't have ended their friendship because he didn't buy it from you, which means you didn't own it anyway. So why you mad at him? Because if you could afford it, you would have bought it and then told him.
Mike was smart, man, but because he actually, you know, if you know the story about him and James Brown, same thing. Mike owned all the James Brown shit, and when James Brown was down on his luck, Mike sold him all this shit.
Right,
you know what I mean? But he wouldn't sell Paul McCartney his shit.
But he shouldn't though. That's the name of the game, and it seems
because
like
he understood that on the urban side, James Brown being one of those situations where we were messed over.
Right.
So he had to reciprocate that, man. He felt since he was in that position to do so.
Let me get back, and then that probably opened other doors for him, like spiritually, far as giving back, because that was like a charity. Because we all know if James Brown down on his luck, he can't afford his publishing from Michael
That's
Jackson.
James Brown.
You know what I'm saying?
Mike got his that Mike
Right.
got some of his smoke from James Brown.
Right. So he know that growing up too. So that's like letting Jordan dunk on you when you're an old man if you Kobe, because I emulated that. But we really just here, man, to push this line like entertainment education, because we just hear about it too much in the news, and then think about so many people who we don't hear about. Like even with what they going through over Cash Money, like Wayne and Baby Now, like to me that's a travesty, because I look at it like this. I like Baby because what he did for Wayne, like going to really get us somebody out the ghetto who he not related to, only because he seen the talent in him as young. If you remember on Bling Bling, Baby last words was, in the year 2000, Lil Wayne go tear this game up. And all the 2000s, even currently, Wayne has been doing that. So to hear them going through that, but I feel like, Wayne, bro, Juvie left. Juvie told y'all what's going on. When BG left, he told y'all, all you gotta do is nothing to say, hey, open up them books. Because if you ain't doing me wrong, you don't got no problem with opening up the books. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, open up them books. Now it's just getting so out of hand, and it's just like sad to see. That's like you gotta pick sides, because we all grew up on them. So we love Baby, we love Wayne. I'm picking the side of education. I feel like it's not Baby responsibility to tell Wayne what he know. It's Wayne's responsibility to find out how this business work. You know what I mean?
Right now, if you look at it from that point of view, like Wayne has artists of his own. So technically, how are you treating your artists if you came up watching Baby treat you like this? So you probably not doing your artists right, because obviously you don't know. If you knew, they wouldn't be doing it to you. And like another example was Bands That Make Her Dance. That record, I heard Juicy J say he thought somebody else had encoded it where it counted spins, and they didn't. So he missed a whole bunch of spins on that record because it wasn't encoded.
Think about that.
And
it was like at 1,000 spins.
It was at 1,000 spins by the time he realized that. And that's a lot of spins.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spins. People don't understand. Like, right now, they don't even know. Some people don't even understand what we talking about when we say encoded and spins.
Right.
So we got a seminar on the collegeofhiphop.org that teaches you how to encode your music. And for y'all who don't know what spins is, when you encode your music, it's either BDS or media base, and it counts the number of times that the record has been played, and the publishing pays out for every time that record has been played. So technically, that's how you get paid off of having your song on the radio
and TV and
and anything that, because Nielsen SoundScan and BDS and media base is just a numbers game, and it count. But you got to register with certain entities to have your spins counted.
Right.
So you might hear a record on the radio right now, and you loving it, and you hearing it 5 times a day. If it's not encoded, when them checks come out and them checks come around, somebody ain't gonna be getting no check. And that's just what it boiled down to, because once again, this is a music business. This is not the rap game. I hate when people say, oh, this the rap game, we gonna do it like we do the streets. This ain't the same thing. So don't do it, because that's why you keep losing, because you keep playing the game and everybody else doing business. So you can't get mad at the next person for being on top of their game and knowing their business.
Most definitely. You bring up a real good point when y'all talk about encoding the music, right? As an internet radio station, a lot of people don't understand why I don't play certain music that's sent to me. For one, when we talk about it a step before being encoded, some of them don't even have their music labeled correctly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you send me a song called Track 02, I don't know who it is.
Right.
I can't play it. It's just as simple as when we are in kindergarten and the teacher told you to put your name on the paper before you turn it in your work.
Right.
If you get an A on the fucking paper, I don't know who it is.
I don't know who 8 is.
I can't give you the credit for it. And then when I'm gonna get on the, oh yeah, man, we got this hot ass track 2, man. We about to get into right now, man. 7 Mile Radio. I can't do that, man. Who is it? And when the songs play on an internet station that's licensed and monitored by ASCAP, BMIC, set, whichever one, however it is, the songs have to be labeled, because again, that's kind of like a component of encoding.
Right, and that's how they get their money.
How they gonna get credit if they don't know who it is?
A lot of again, a lot of the people don't know what ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC is. These are performing rights organizations, and this is who you get with. You sign up, you create your own publishing company. Like, a lot of people say words that they have no clue what it means in the music industry. The underground industry, you will hear words like publishing and so on and so forth, and then when you try to talk to them about publishing, they have no clue what you're talking about.
Right.
So this is you just regurgitating false information that you've been hearing. Like, you hear that the Locks signed a publishing over to Puff, and now people like, well, I got to maintain my publishing. How? You don't even have a publishing company. So how are you maintaining your publishing? So that's why we here, the collegeofhiphop.org, we're here to educate you on all these things. $19.96, $19.96 for a year access to all the webinars. Guaranteed you get more out of this than spending that $19.96 on something else if you're in this entertainment industry.
Right.
Because that's what the lack of education is just horrendous. Like, when we was at the conferences, we've been to several conferences over the years. We've been in the game since we was 9 years old. We 33 now, so we've been around. Like,
right.
we recorded some records on reels. That's how long we've been in the game.
And I remember when Universal stopped making cassette tape, the first thing that was CD only was the Big Timers' first album. I'm saying the first one that was really on Universal.
Yeah.
Because that How You Love That Volume 1 and Volume 2 was independent. So when that Gator Boots, when that came out,
that was the end of the tapes. That was the very
tapes
end of
stopped
tapes.
being made, and we was like, they ain't making no tapes. And then
So we
like, what? And they like, well, cars ain't gonna have tape players no more. This was like 2000, and I just remember that. So we've been seeing the game change, but
Right, we
the
go
only
from
thing that haven't
reels,
changed is like the
business.
business. Like, encoding has never changed. How you get paid, CSAC, ASCAP, all of that's never changed. And we keep it like where we took the reading aspect out of it, even though we did just write that book. But online is like webinars. You watch at your own pace. We keep them a nice amount of time. We don't give you too much at one time, so you can digest the information that you're getting.
And then put that information to use, because you only not knowing what's going on is only affecting you. The person you're doing business with, they know when you don't know what's going on, and they really ready to do business that way because they know that they gonna get over on you. But to me, it's not getting over. You have to educate yourself on any field you in. You didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna create this entity that you have. You had to educate yourself on how to do it. You might have learned as you went along. But
And we could tell because I see, the School of Broadcasting, everything. I see that, so I see that you put that work in. And that's what you got to do. Like, it's just because it's a hip hop, and hip hop is like a do-it-yourself type of feel, but it's do-it-yourself, do it the right way. Like, people lives really change for the super better because of this genre of music.
just the culture.
But the culture just so big now, and we still make the least off of the culture that was created for us by us. You know what I'm saying?
We spend the most money out of any ethnic group on the planet, but we own the least. And the one thing that we have that's made more money than anything we've ever created is hip hop.
No doubt.
But yet and still,
we still getting
the majority of the money generated from hip hop is not going to not only not African American people, but the African American community. Period.
Right. And that's by design, because nobody's educating themselves. Like, they don't want you to learn the business from a Master P who's totally switched the game to the point that people wasn't even talking about P&D deals. You didn't even know what that was. So he totally took the game on another level and created actually what's going on now, the I'm a CEO and so on and so forth, because you didn't know what the CEO actual job was.
People still don't know what the acronym CEO stands for. They just know that I'm a CEO.
Right.
And that's a testament of people not knowing the business, just like Charles said.
Right, because you seen Berry Gordy, but you didn't know how. And we didn't come up on that. We was babies, if then, So you seen Berry Gordy, and now you know that he was very instrumental in helping write the songs, helping develop the acts, and all of that. And then our generation, you see a Master P who he'd tell a story about how he turned down $1 million and only had $500. And some people can't fathom that. Like, but when you know what you worth, like the collegeofhiphop.org, we know what we worth. We know what we bring to the culture. Like as rappers, it was only so much we could do. As entertainers, you got to think we was a novelty because we were identical twins. But then Cain and Abel was out.
The West Coast,
Warren G and them had twins. Jagged Edge had twins.
Mm-hmm.
So twins wasn't. It was there, but it was still rare. And then you look at, well, we at least gotta go 10 times platinum because Cain and Abel got gold and platinum records. So for us to be twins and to make the type of history and to be able to push the culture forward that we wanted to do, we had to find our niche. And that's how we made the actual transition. About your earlier question, we made the actual transition because we created a lane.
Right.
And once we created the lane, we can go fast as slow as we want to, because if somebody come out and try to do the same thing, or if they're doing the same thing, we just the bigger brand right now. It don't matter. Some big names tried to copy and bite, and we won't put them names out there, but my close folks know who they are.
Right.
And it was funny because we know y'all biting off of us. Because
Yeah.
we met you and we shook your hand, and we know you actually biting off of us, and that's why it didn't work for you, and that's why it's still working for us. Like we just left New York on a press run, and we was talking to people and people in the industry. See, the thing is, people in the industry want this, but certain people in the industry can't say this because they know how it's being treated and how we being played and how the
And
budget.
they'll get
Right.
blackballed, if you will,
Right.
you know,
But
for trying to, you know, inject this type of information into the
culture, right?
Right, but when you come through like us, like yo, we from Inkster, Michigan, you can't blackball us. We don't know y'all, so it's not like we go need y'all for nothing because we totally independent. We're not asking you for anything. We go take it grassroots. We go start straight from the ground up, and we go educate people one at a time. Like when we out in the hand to hand with the books. The book is actually also available on Amazon.com. You go to Amazon, type in the College of Hip Hop, and the book will pop up. 10 Steps to Profit from Your Passion. But we come from a hand to hand era. Like we was there selling CDs after shows, selling shirts after shows, posted at the liquor store, posted at the gas station. So we not above hand to hand sales.
Right.
We sell we like selling in hand to hand.
That's what an independent artist is supposed to do.
Right.
You know, but the thing is, presentation is everything.
Right.
You know, you can sell more by having a product that looks like it's well put together, but then the actual contents of the product is shitty, as opposed to vice versa.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what it's about. We actually got seminars on. We got if you an independent, if you an artist on any level of entertainment, because you got to copyright books, you got to copyright movie scripts. So this is entertainment education all the way around the board. We just called the College of Hip Hop because we grew up in hip hop. So if you any type of artist, anything dancing, if you're a dancer and you got a logo, you need to trademark that because that's who you are. And then you hear the word brand get tossed around so much, and people don't even understand what a brand is. If you building a brand and you on social media showing guns, showing drugs, showing just illicit idiocy, that's not gonna help your brand, because the people that's gonna like your brand, them not the people that's gonna advance your brand. Because when you building a brand, McDonald's is a brand. That they still building that brand today. You switch campaigns to further build the brand.
Right.
So people don't understand that if you a brand, 7 Mile Radio is a brand. We just bumped into each other both out. You know, I seen you out and you was working, and I knew it was you because I recognized your logo. I recognized your brand.
Right.
I didn't even, when I noticed you, I didn't actually see your face.
My
I just
back
seen,
was turned.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
I
He tapped me. Yep.
I recognize your brand. You are not a brand if you're not building nothing, and people, it's not tangible. So when people hear 7 Mile Radio, they know if I go to 7mileradio.com/radio, I'm listening to an actual radio show. We listening, we watching. But then some people be like, yeah, I got a radio station, and you be like, well, where you located? In my bedroom. And I ain't knocking that, but what's the brand? What you building? What you doing? People are doing it because people think it's easy.
Yeah. And that's you know, you brought up another thing that, you know, I can relate to when you say the situation about how someone tried to copy your idea. Y'all know how long I've been doing this. And how many internet radio stations was it back when y'all found out about me as opposed to right now?
You was the only one, to be honest, and that's just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give credit
for
where credit due. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And this was like MySpace days, and we like, oh, yo, it's a radio station.
It was kind of foreign to us. Yeah, it was
foreign
to us.
We got to
like,
get there, like, you know what I'm saying?
And and I'm happy we came now because we so mature in what we doing. Like,
Right.
Like artists, I love the actual art of artistry, but it just don't start with music. Like it's art in what we doing now. The logo came out of my head. I developed that, and then I shared it with my brother, and we expanded on it, and then that's our logo. So that's our brand. That's what I'm gonna walk around. We got jackets, we got shirts, we got all of that because this is what you have to see when you see us.
Exactly.
We always gonna be identical because it say identical on our birth certificate. You feel me? but now when you see us, it's SJ and AJ at the collegeofhiphop.org because until it's over with, that's what we gonna push. Even if the company get so big and we sell it, because you got to move on in business as well.
Yeah,
so the company gets super big and we sell it, we still go be those the guys who co-founded and developed the collegeofhiphop.org. So I'm mindful of that. So I'm mindful of what I say in the public. I'm mindful of what I post in this social networking age because you got to do business with other people in order to advance your business, and your personal beliefs ain't business. You know,
you got to separate.
You got to separate the two.
Your personal beliefs as well as your personal actions. You know, a lot of people get caught up, I feel like, in the whole spotlight of being a quote unquote CEO, and then they get to confusing wanting to be the star with being at the summit of your company.
That's
you know what I mean?
Suge Knight gave us, because Suge Knight, when he got up there and said that when you don't want to be the artist, come to death row, people didn't even truly know who that Suge Knight was. Executive producer Suge Knight. So once you put two and two together, and he knew that the world was finding out who he was, and that bred a whole generation of CEOs that thought that they were just supposed to really dog their artists. Like you got guys signing the guys in the neighborhood, and he'll slap them because because that's what Suge Knight would do, type of thing. Yeah. And that created a whole different breed of
a whole of a different relationship between artists and CEOs out here, where it created the climate where y'all brought up earlier, artists feel like being fucked over in their first deal was default,
the norm.
Yeah, they feel like that's the norm. If you go back to any urban act, you know what I'm saying? We just go say urban, but we know what urban really means. Right. We go say any urban act from back in the day. What was that record label in Chicago? Who they had the Cadillac Records. A lot of people don't understand the significance. And when Wolf told him, "No, I don't want no car. I own this truck, and this is my truck," that let them know right there, you can't play me because it ain't nothing you can give me that's gonna make me sell out. And you got artists here and there that know the business. And what I don't like is when artists know the business and try to teach other artists the business,
they don't want to listen.
They always side with the CEO, and then they still end up always leaving, and the other artist was always right. Juvenile told a story, and he say he huddled the Hot Boys and Manny Fresh up and said, "Yo, this what's going on. We out. We about to leave." And he was walking away, and he was by himself. You know what I'm saying? He was by himself. So artists always, Ice Cube tried to tell Dre and them, this is not right. And they let they believed who they believed.
Persuade them, yep.
Yeah, and that I mean, we got what we got out of that, you know what I'm saying? But there's no reason that, like I said, the NWA should have ended like that, and that the Hot Boys should have ended like that, and countless groups in between. Even with the TLC thing, I said that before. Like, people are mad. We're mad at Pebbles. First of all, a lot of people obviously didn't know the story to be that mad at Pebbles. That was nothing new. That they would, like, if you was in the game or you knew what was going on, you already knew that. So when people seen the movie and they got really mad at Pebbles for, I guess, how she treated them, that wasn't Pebbles' fault. That was those three young ladies' fault, because she actually gave them an ultimatum. I don't have to sign y'all. Right. I'll go get 3 other girls and make a group. And y'all signed that without going to the lawyer, without doing whatever. And then sometimes you could go to the lawyer. Some contracts, some CEOs, that's real CEOs, have your lawyer look over it. I'm not going to change it. But you could still, I would rather you have.
But at least you know what you're getting into, because somebody with that type of background looked it over for you. And a lot of times it's just people let the record label or whatever, they just let them entice them. Like,
people being so bright-eyed, it's almost like walking into the grocery store shopping while you're hungry.
That's exactly what it is. Like, and it's like, you cannot let your circumstances like allow yourself to be hoarded out like that. Like, I'm not rich, but I got a certain level of money that you cannot, that what I want out of it, you not gonna give me. So I might as well work for it. You know what I'm saying? And then in the end, we gonna end up being partners anyway. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm happy I didn't take that. Of course, the label or whatever won't be happy you don't take it, but you got to look at that. Now, suppose Master P would have took that $1 million. It would have never been on No Limit because somebody else would have been
over that.
Over that. No, y'all can't drop now. Y'all P was dropping the record every week.
Man.
We had them all.
God.
I still got like 85% of them. You understand what I'm saying? So he dropping the record every week. He's getting like he really calling the shots, right? And then when you look at another label or what people say labels because they really just be imprints, y'all ain't even dropping 2 albums in a year. So you can't tell me that somebody ain't saying no, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Who go tell Master P no? And then they gave him a deal that they thought would never prosper for him. 85% versus, and we get 15. That's the total opposite of what usually happens.
Right.
Usually the artist get the 15 and the label get the 85%. So he just made the best of that, and it's because he was educated. To be honest with you, he said he went to college and all of that,
and wasn't scared to say he was educated. Again, in urban music, especially hip hop, they try to dumb you down. If you smart, no, we don't want. Like people not gonna want to hear us tell this tale. They not go. The collegeofhiphop.org. A lot of people go oppose that for the simple fact we pushing education. We want to educate our people because this is our culture. This is all we got right now.
This is the equivalent, right, of pushing natural medicines to the pharmaceutical industry.
Exactly. Yeah, you are exactly right.
They don't want that because if everybody is healed, it ain't no industry for them no more.
right?
So this is the information that the music industry don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? The 10 steps to profit from your passion. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right back, man. The College of Hip Hop is in the building, man. 7mileradio.com. Y'all stay right there.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile